Hey!
In this lesson, you're going to learn what a citation is, when to use one, what the common citation styles are, how to do research to support your claims, how to analyze a claim to determine what support is required, how to write in-text citations in MLA style, and finally, how to write a works cited entry, also in MLA 8 style. So, what is a citation? As an academic writer, you're expected to come up with original ideas, claims, opinions, and analyses. To support your ideas, you will have to do research. No, not that kind of research. More like this. You'll have to go online, read books, and consult journals to support your ideas with real-world examples, expert opinion, facts, and statistics. The purpose of a citation is to indicate the source of this information. And believe me, citations matter. If you do not include them, you will be guilty of plagiarism, which is an academic offense. There are 3 styles for citations. One is the Modern Language Association, or MLA. Another, the American Psychiatric Association, or APA guidelines. The final one, the Chicago Manual of Style, is the most comprehensive. If you are in doubt as to which one to use, consult your instructor. They will tell you the preferred citation style for your course. Let's start with a claim. Some restaurants put too much salt, which includes sodium, in their food. In order to determine what kind of information we will need to support this claim, first, we should pick it apart. This claim asserts that there is an amount of sodium that is unhealthy. In doing our research, we will have to answer the question, how much sodium is too much? Next, this claim asserts that some restaurants' food exceeds this healthy limit. To properly substantiate this claim, we will also have to research which restaurants do, in fact, exceed this limit. To prove the first part, I went to the American Heart Association's website. This website says that the American Heart Association recommends no more than 2,300 milligrams a day and an ideal limit of no more than 1,500 milligrams per day for most adults. All right, now we know our limit. Let's see if any restaurants exceed it. To find this information, I searched the internet for restaurants and the sodium levels in their food. A Quiznos Classic Italian 12-inch sandwich contains 4,150 milligrams of sodium. Now, we have sufficient proof. Before writing our paragraph, it's a good idea to review the claim and its support. So, our main idea is that some restaurants include an unhealthy amount of sodium in their food. We did some research to define exactly what counts as a healthy amount. Then, we did further research to prove that some restaurants exceed this limit. Finally, to make a complete paragraph, we will need a conclusion. For example, we could say, it is important to exercise caution when eating out. Now it's time to put it all together in a paragraph. Hooray! Here goes. Some restaurants include an unhealthy amount of sodium in their food. While the amount of sodium a person needs can vary depending on factors such as age, height, and weight, the American Heart Association recommends an ideal limit of no more than 1,500 milligrams per day for most adults. Surprisingly, many popular eateries greatly exceed this recommended amount in a single serving. Quiznos, for example, puts 4,150 milligrams of sodium in just one sandwich. Clearly, a health-conscious person must exercise caution when eating out. As this video is about citations, we should probably take a moment to analyze the in-text citations used. The first citation begins with the American Heart Association. This is the source, in other words, where the information comes from. I'm using the name of the association because the article did not have the author's name listed. Next is recommends, which is a verb of reported speech. Notice how the quote is enclosed in double quotes. This is because it is a direct quote. That is to say, we have actually used the source's exact words. The quote begins with an ellipses because I have not started it at the beginning of the sentence in the original text. After that, I have put the word milligrams in square brackets because it was not in the original text. Only do this if you need to make an alteration to make the text easier to understand or grammatically coherent with your sentence. In this case, I have done so because it is necessary to use the full word milligrams before using the abbreviation mg. After closing the double quotes, I have put the name of the article enclosed in parentheses and double quotes. Only use double quotes with the title of an article. After the closing parentheses, we have the end punctuation. Well, that's it for the first in-text citation. Now let's take a look at the second one. You may have noticed that there are no double quotes around the citation. The reason is that this is a paraphrase and not a direct quote. In other words, I have taken some information from the article, but not actually copied an entire sentence. After the quote, we have parentheses with the author's name inside. It is better to use the author's name if you can find it. After the final parentheses is the end punctuation. In addition to the in-text citation, you will also have to write a works cited list. This will come at the end of your essay. When citing a website, use the following format. First, put the author's last name, a comma. Now, punctuation is important here. Pay attention to all the marks. After the comma, you need to put the author's first name. Next, you write the title of the article in double quotes, followed by a period. Then, the title of the website, the name of the publisher, date of publication, and finally, the URL without http://. A few notes on writing the works cited list. 1. If any information is unavailable, such as the author's name, just omit it. Also, if any two items are the same, such as the title of the website and the name of the publisher, omit one of them. Here's an example from the first website. There is no author, so we'll start with the title. Next comes the title of the website, which in this case is the same as the publisher, so that will be omitted, followed by the date published and the URL. Take a look at the full example. Here is the second website. This is the author's name, the title of the website, and the publisher is Galvanized Media. The name is not given here, so I had to do some research to find out the owner of Eat This, Not That. If any information is not readily available, do some research and try to find it. before just omitting it. Next, the date of publication didn't fit in this picture, but trust me, it's July 14th, 2017. Then here is the URL. Take a look at the entire entry. Best of luck in college.